Hey there friends, it's Paul and welcome to another video, and today we will be taking a look at Alpha Hydranoid, the last Bakugan of the Hydranoid evolution line. And it's kinda weird and I guess a bit ironic, but even though this is the last Hydranoid, he was the first one I ever got. Then I got my dual Hydranoid and fairly recently classic Hydranoid, so yeah, got them in my collection backwards. I got this Hydranoid in the summer of 2010. I remember that my aunt had gone with her family to the US for summer vacations, and I asked her if she could bring me some Bakugan, and little did I know that she was going to get me Alpha Hydranoid. When I saw him, I was like, what? Cause it was Alpha Hydranoid. I couldn't believe I finally had the legendary villain of the first season. Mini Paul was so hyped and was jumping all around in happiness. It was incredible. And when school started once again, I of course took Alpha Hydranoid with me and showed him off to my friends, and they were all mind blown because nobody had him and he was the strongest Bakugan in my class, so you can all probably tell how badass I felt back then. He was my partner during my school days and is one of my most treasured Bakugan ever. Going into the lore of this Bakugan, Alpha Hydranoid is the evolution of Dual Hydranoid, and he makes his first appearance in the episode called You Say You Want an Evolution, where two battles are taking place at the same time. On one side we've got Masquerade, who's fighting against Alice and Excedra in order to get Dual Hydranoid to evolve, and on the other side we've got Dan fighting against Shun to evolve Delta Drago. During their battle against Excedra and Alice, Masquerade and Dual Hydranoid appear to be always in control of the entire situation, as we never see them actually struggle against their opponents. The only moment this might have happened is when Excedra uses his ability called Final Wizard to transfer the G power of Centipoid to himself, and also to block Masquerade's Gate card effect, and also to give himself 100 more Gs. Here it seemed that Dual Hydranoid was completely outgunned, as Excedra had 1000 Gs and he only had 480. But Masquerade activates the ability Darkest Gazer Duel to attack Centipoid, basically nullifying the effects of Final Wizard. And then he uses the fusion ability card Destruction Impact to directly attack Excedra, winning the brawl and evolving into Alpha Hydranoid as a result of it. As we know, Alpha Hydranoid went on to fight against Ultimate Dragonoid, going pretty much toe-to-toe against him until the final round where Drago reigned supreme. And once Masquerade was destroyed, Alpha Hydranoid became Alice's guardian Bakugan and joined forces with the Battle Brawlers to stop Naga. In terms of his look in beast form, Alpha Hydranoid still has his built-in chainsaw on the front side of his body, which can be seen below Hydranoid's head in ball form, though it's not painted in. This evolution of Hydranoid also has a type of armor around his body, which I believe is represented by the metal ring around his ball form. Alpha Hydranoid now has 3 different heads, and what is interesting is that each of them has their own voice, although they share the same personality. And in his ball form, these heads are found in the sides of the Bakugan. And another interesting new feature of Alpha Hydranoid is that he now has wings, which I believe could be represented by the 2 sections that pop up next to Hydranoid's head on both sides, which sometimes people think to be the actual 2 other heads of this Bakugan. And finally, going to the ability cards that Alpha Hydranoid uses. First off, we've got one of my favorites called Trident of Doom, that removes 300 Gs from the opponent and gives Hydranoid the ability to attack any Bakugan in the field. Then we've got Destruction Grind that reduces the G power of an opponent to 0. Then we have Chaos Leap Sting that gives Alpha Hydranoid 100 Gs and subtracts 200 from his opponents, and he can attack any Bakugan in the field. Another one is Indigo Nightmare that gives him 300 more Gs. And finally, his fusion ability card is Final Demolition that grants Alpha Hydranoid 100 more Gs. So yeah, my friends, this has been my mini review and showcase of Alpha Hydranoid, my first partner Bakugan, and one of my favorite characters ever. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching the video, and yup, it's been Paul, and I'll see you in the next video.